Boris Johnson has tonight sent 2 offshore patrol vessels to Jersey after the French government threatened to cut off electricity in a row over post-Brexit fishing rights. Jersey is a self-governed dependency which is geographically closer to France than to Britain. The island receives 95% of its electricity from France through undersea cables. Well, tonight's announcement follows a day of both sides blaming the other.
It is important that we can denounce immediately, and I've done it with the Commission, the non-respect of this Brexit agreement, because if we accept it in Jersey, it is dangerous for all of our access. As you know, the agreement provides for retaliatory measures, and these measures we are ready to use. Europe, France has means. They are inscribed in the agreement. As far as Jersey is concerned, I'll remind you of electricity transportation via undersea cable.
I think the threat that was made is, would be completely disproportionate and is obviously unacceptable. I mean, we are working through the agreement. Jersey have already licensed over 40 vessels. They've been very pragmatic throughout this. They've also been clear that they'll process the remaining 17 or so that have applied as soon as they put forward the data. So I think it's unacceptable to make those sorts of comments.
Well, Sky's political correspondent Kate McCann joins us now. Is this sounding serious, Kate?
It is quite serious. There are those 2 vessels sent by the UK government to monitor the situation, but clearly the threat from France, the possible blockade, which is due to start tomorrow, that's why the timing of this tonight is so crucial from the UK side, is significant here. There is a sense, speaking to people behind the scenes in Downing Street, that actually the UK government has tried repeatedly to engage with the French diplomatically on this issue, but that hasn't so far been possible. That offer still stands. Of course, it's Jersey's right to set its own licences when it comes to fishing, but the real problem here, and it's a similar one to one that we've seen before with Northern Ireland, is that when policy on Brexit was made very quickly, there were some issues which were very tangled, which were very historical and actually quite complicated, which have since come to light where resolution hasn't necessarily been possible. This is one of them. The French, from January, when this Granville Bay Treaty was moved to the side, when the new European-UK agreement was put in place, they were saying then that they were going to appeal to the European Union to put back in place the treaty that they wanted to see continue. They were talking about war at that point. Clearly, over the last couple of months, this issue has ramped up, and now we are at a point where the UK government sees the only option, having tried repeatedly for a diplomatic route, is to send those 2 vessels. Important to say they are monitoring the situation. There's nothing active involved tonight, but clearly an escalation and not one that the UK side would want to see.